Hello everyone, I'm Space, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to set up your streams on OBS. Unfortunately, this means I have to record it with Streamlabs, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't recorded with Streamlabs in a while, so please forgive me for any, errors. I've already had to redo it because I didn't understand that window capture for OBS doesn't mean the same thing as window capture. Yeah, window capture for Streamlabs. So, my computer's probably going to be running a little slow, a little laggy. Things are going to be maybe not as clean as I would like, but I'm going to teach you how to set it up in the most efficient way that I have found. I'm making this video because I spent 10 hours the other day trying to figure out this most efficient way, and I know you're like, that doesn't sound very efficient, but trust me, as soon as I got it figured out, it was bam, 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 easy peasy. But I'm going to start off by showing you my scenes, so that you can get the idea of, is this kind of scene setup that would work for me, or am I wasting my time? So, you see, we are starting with my starting soon screen, so I start off my stream, I have this, it has my socials rotating, but as you can see in my sources, there's only one thing. I made all of this in Canva. Well, I drew a lot of the components, but then I put them together in Canva, downloaded it as a MP4 probably, and here it is playing. Going on to the BRB, same type of deal, but I have a chat box. Then we have front cam, top cam, hello, left cam, right cam, window capture for gaming, so my, this would be me. I would be right here, and the game would be here. Then we have game capture, which is the same thing, game, me. It's just a different source. Same thing, Elgato, whenever I'm streaming from my Switch, and then I'd be down here. And then this is me, big me, and then a small game. And then we have front zoom, top zoom, left zoom, right zoom, and then this scene for all of my redeems. Now come up here to scene collection. New. I'm gonna name this one test. Also, I don't know how bad the audio is for, I don't know how bad my mic audio is. On Streamlabs, I imported everything over from OBS to do this, and I'm not sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing. But I think my keyboard's going to be really loud. So, start in blank. Absolutely not a single thing here. Nothing. Well, one thing, because it says it's a scene, because you have to start somewhere. I just ignore the scene thing. I just ignore it and move on and start my own stuff. So, if I think of a scene as a divider, what's going to be in my scene section is my starting soon and my BRB. And then, let's see, we'll just go ahead and do the starting soon. My starting soon element is a video. So I'm going to go here, click on media source because it is a media source. And nothing in OBS can have the same name. So this, I don't know, the scene is called start, this is called soon. After that, I'm going to look for my file, maybe, hopefully, assuming I can find it faster. There we go. It's a video, and it's a short video, so I want it to loop. I'm going to check loop, and then I'm going to uncheck show nothing when playback ends. And there you have it. If you want to have music playing here as well, then you're going to need to add in an audio output capture. And this is going to be desktop, because the desktop audio is coming out. I typically use my headphone audio. And so now if I'm playing music while I'm on my starting soon screen, you will see it. Or you won't see it, you will hear it. Same thing with BRB. My BRB thing is a video, so I'm going to go to media source, and then RBR, yeah, sure. Browse. And now I have my be right back thing. Again, it's a video, so I need to turn on loop and uncheck. Now I have our start and our BRB. You might remember that my BRB on the other one has a chat box right here. And there's no chat box on this one. That's because the chat box is another scene. But first things first, if you want audio here, you're going to have to do some extra stuff. such as go to audio output capture. But fortunately, we already have our desktop audio, so we're going to click add existing and then click desktop. Okay, and there it is. Now let's get our... oh, I guess it is like 3. Huh. I see kids outside and it's strange. Now we're going to need the chat box. My chat box is a picture. I go chat, browse, find my chat box picture. Nothing is labeled, of course, so this might take a hot minute. Might not. Oh, I guess I'm learning. Obviously this is massive, but basically I want it like right here. But again, it's massive, so I'm going to hit Alt and drag up. And now it's like the opposite of massive. I think like right here is good. Drag it down to the height I want it to be at. That is not the height I want it to be at. That is still too low. All right, that's good. So now I have my chat box. I think it might be a little too big because it feels like that line is very bulky, but I guess we could just trim that off like that. Nice. You see how convenient this is? Anyways, I need a chat box here. And if we go here, if we go back here, you will see that you won't see anything. You will see that my chat bubbles are literally bubbles. They're bubbles. But if we go here, you will see that my chat bubbles are not bubbles. It's just the chat thing. It's just a normal chat box. So that is because these are 2 different sources. We're going to come back. Hello, Ray. Thank you. We're going to go back to our test. And I want this chat box in here. So for my chat box, I use Streamlabs. All right. So here we are. I'm on my alert box thing, but we're going to go to all widgets, chat box, and then copy the URL. Copy, don't share it with anyone. Click whatever this button is, and then we're going to add it as a browser source because it is a browser source. Now we can't use chat again, so we're just going to do CB because I am lazy and typing is loud. We're going to paste it in here. I'm not worried about adjusting the size at all, as far as like the 800 by 600. I am going to adjust the size a little bit to get it to fit inside this box. I have my chat go in from the bottom. You know. Anyways, I have my chat going from the bottom. So I'm going to line up the bottom first. And then I'm going to do the same thing we did for the chat box. Alt, click, and drag to get the size right. And now, if we're to, I don't know, spam quotes, then it would just fill in from the bottom and start scrolling out the top. But just to prove that it works, there it is. And I think that's it for the BRB tab. I'm not going to bother making it go at the top. You're just going to have to take my word on it. Sorry. Very sorry. So let's go back to my original scene collection. Oh, I'm sorry, Ray. You're just too slow. And go to vids. Something to keep in mind for the vids is that you're going to need your desktop audio, your microphone. I have my follower goal. You don't need to have that. It's just another browser source. Same with blurb. Those are my sound things. And then emotes. It's another random thing. Just if it's something that you want, you can do. So the 2 things that I would recommend that you have everywhere are your alerts and your chat. So that's what we're going to put on our vids. We're going to have desktop, mic, alerts, and chat. Go back to test. Add a new scene. It probably could have a better name, but I can't like think of a name for it right now. So we're just going to go with the flow. So we're going to do the same thing we did on the BRB. Add audio source. Add existing, click desktop, okay. Now we're gonna add, I'm not a furry. Now we're gonna add audio input capture because microphone is input, not output. I'm gonna label it mic. Create new. and select my microphone. Maybe there it is. And there we have that. Now you can see I have them in my audio mixer. Don't ask me how to use an audio mixer. I don't honestly know that well. I've tried asking someone to teach me how to do virtual audio cables, and I'm not convinced anyone knows, actually. So now we're going to add in our other two browser sources, which is going to be our chat box and our alerts. So my alerts are also on Streamlabs, so we're going to go here to all widgets, alert box, or we could have just hit alert box, copy. The main point of this is you're going to copy and paste your thing, and then you are going to come back to browser source. This one is going to be alerts, or whatever you want to call it. I'm calling mine alerts. You can resize it here if you want. Hopefully you don't want to. I think I might have it too small on mine. We're going to do it about here. Let's test our alert box here. So we're gonna test a donation. There we go. Beautiful. It's probably not centered, but it's not centered. I don't know. Try your best to center it. It's kind of strange. And then we're gonna add in our chat box. So like I said, my chat box, if you want to use the same chat box as before, you're going to go to your browser sources, add existing, and whatever you named your chat box. Obviously this isn't working because my chat box is set to show black text because it is on this background. And it's just not the chat box that I typically use. So to remove that, we're going to right click and hit remove. Yes. Now we're going to add the other one. Mine is through Stream Elements. I use chat bubbles. Oh dear Lord, where did it go? Where did it go? I use the chat bubbles v2.7.4 by Zaytree. So we're going to click here, copy URL, get rid of that, and then add a new browser source. You should be getting pretty used to these by now, pretty comfortable with browser sources. So we're going to paste it, scroll down. This one does need to be resized. The creator recommends you size it to 1920 by 1080. So I'm going to resize mine. Perfect. So here we have absolutely nothing, or at least so it seems. What we're going to do now is add a new scene. This one's going to be our chatting scene. Maybe you like to chat with a full camera. That's how this is going to be set up as. So we're going to add our camera. First of all, it's going to be video capture device, camera, or whatever you want to call it. Apparently this is going to be cameras. I'm going to select USB camera, and something that I've heard recommended is to change this to custom. What I do is I change it to custom, 1920 by 1080, and then highest FPS. I also have to configure my video every single time because something is wrong with this camera and that one over there. Not sure what, but something. Something is wrong with it. And this one, actually. Whatever. It didn't used to have an issue. So now we have our camera. And now, instead of having to go through all of this process of adding these again, what we're going to do is we're going to hit plus, add scene, and we're going to add our vid scene. And so now it's all that there. Bam. Amazing. Incredible. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that is basic nested scene. Here's the scene, and here it is nested in here. We're going to do the same thing, but for gaming now. So I'm going to add a new scene. This one's going to be gaming. Let's pretend like you have multiple sources that you game from. So like you game from your Switch, or you stream your game from your Switch, and you also stream your game from your computer. And you don't want to have to do a whole bunch of extra work. For starters, on our gaming thing, we are going to add in our vids nested source. We're going to nested scene. We're going to toss it in here. So that means that right from the start, we already have both of our audios coming in. We have our alerts and we have our chat box. what I typically do, let's go back to my standard collection and see how my gaming capture typically looks. So you see I'm switching between game capture and gaming. Window capture and gaming, doesn't matter. They all show the same thing. The difference is my gaming scene has my vids scene already nested in. And then it has my webcam border, my gaming border, and my typical streaming camera. I know it's hard to believe that I typically stream from this camera, but trust me, it's fine, typically. And now, you see there's, what, like 5 sources here? You go to game capture, and there's only 3, because I have my gaming scene nested into sources, and then I have game capture in the background here. We're going to put together our gaming scene. We're going to do it the same way. Maybe you like to have a border on stuff. I don't think I've shown that yet. So we're going to add an image. I'm going to call it border because it is the border of the video. Or what, you know, whatever. I will say if you plan on adding a border, if you plan on adding a border to any of your scenes, keep in mind that it is going to cut off part of your game. Or it's very likely that it will, at least. This is the wrong one. Hold on. Here we go. So now I have my now playing border. I'm going to toss it back behind vids because I want all of my alerts to happen above that. I'm going to add in my webcam border. Or you don't have to do this, but if you're a webcam streamer and you want a border, this is how you do this. You might have seen before that I added in a webcam border. That was a bad one. We're not going to do that again. I'm going to be honest, I don't know where my webcam border is, but it's around here somewhere. Any minute now. It's up higher. Here it is. You're probably thinking, that is massive. Well, you're right. I didn't know what I was doing. So now we're going to click Alt like we did on that chat box, and we're going to drag in the corners so that we have to deal with a lot less sizing issues. And then we're just going to make it whatever size we want. Something like that's probably fine. And I also want that to be below vids but above border. And now we're going to add in our camera. I'm going to add in my top camera this time, even though it's not the camera that I would typically go with. Because I already have my camera in my chatting scene, I'm going to hit Add Existing Camera. Okay, obviously this is not where we want it. We're going to put it down between web and border and resize it. It's gonna be a little rough. Like I said, I don't normally stream with this one. That's probably fine. And now we're just clean up the edges. And no one's even gonna know. No one's gonna know. How would they know? They wouldn't know. And I have another nested scene. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add a new scene. This one's gonna be window capture. It's gonna be game capture. The point being that it captures your computer. I'm going to add in my gaming nested scene. Bam. All that hard work, gone. It's so much easier. And now all you got to do now is add in your, which one is it? It's a game capture, obviously. I named it game. I'm just going to abbreviate it to GC, and it's going to capture a specific window. I like to do specific window and then match title, or same executable, whatever. I can't think of anything that I want to share. Sorry. A game would show there, I swear. I'll do a window capture just so you can just prove that it works, I guess. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing, add a scene, add our gaming scene, then we're going to go add window capture, window capture, and now we are all struggling hardcore. That's gonna go back behind here, and it's fine. Everything is fine. Something that I didn't do here is I didn't move the gaming capture behind. That is your window capture. Window captures take up a lot of CPU, so it's not really recommended. Now we're going to go into our capture card scene. Same thing, add scene, gaming, okay. And then we're going to add in capture cards, our video capture devices. So it's going to be, okay. Typing is hard, man. It's going to be this one, actually. Everything's good on this one. Drag it to the back. Bam. And now if I turn on my switch, there we go. And now you can see that. Yeah, so there you have it. Basically anything else from there would just be a mishmash of things that you've already learned from this video. There are some things that I continued to cover in the stream that I didn't cover in this video because they were either self-explanatory or I didn't know very much about them. I do know some stuff that I haven't shared, some OBS stuff. I have a tutorial on Streamlabs on my TikTok if you want to go check that out. It is, I'm a Strange Space on TikTok. I'm also a Strange Space on Twitter and Instagram, so please give me a like, a follow, something over there. It would be greatly appreciated. Join me on Twitch Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for gaming, chatting, just overall good vibes. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. This is my first made specifically for YouTube video. Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, maybe like it, share it with a friend, drop a comment about anything else that you want to see, any other tutorials, any other type of content. I would love to provide it. And I will see you all next time. Bye!